Hello students. Today we are going to study about the MySQL statement which is used to create a table called the create table statement. So the create table statement allows you to create a new table in the database. The following is the syntax of the create table MySQL statement. Create table, then the optional if not exists, table name, open parenthesis, and then the names of the various columns that are part of the table, so separated by commas. Column 1 definition, column 2 definition, then you can specify any table constraints if any, and then close the parenthesis, and after you close the parenthesis you can specify the name of the engine. So let's examine the syntax in some greater detail. So first, you specify the name of the table, okay, by using this statement create table. These are keywords in SQL. The table name that you specify should be unique in the database. The if not exists keywords are optional. It allows you to check if the table that you create already exists in the database. In that case, MySQL will ignore the whole statement and will not create a new table. Secondly, you specify the name of the columns. All the columns are separated by commas. Thirdly, you specify, again it's optional, you can specify a storage engine for the table by using the keyword engine. So you can specify any storage engine such as InnoDB and MyISAM. If you don't explicitly declare a storage engine, then MySQL will use by default the InnoDB engine. Okay, InnoDB is the default storage engine in MySQL since the version 5.5. It has advantages such as crash recovery, it has referential integrity, and so on. The following is the syntax for a definition of a column. Column name, data underscore type. You can specify the length of the data type. Then you can specify whether it is not null, okay, and so on. Let me just tell you in detail. So basically the column name will tell you the name of the column, okay. Each column will have a specific data type and some size. You could have here varchar, for example, the data type is varchar or int and so on, okay. So varchar, you could mention the size of the varchar as 255. So that will be the data type, varchar 255. The not null constraint ensures that a column will not contain null. Besides the not null constraint, a column may have additional constraints such as check and unique. The default value specifies some default value for the column. The auto increment indicates that the value of the column will be incremented by 1 automatically whenever a new row is inserted into the table. Each table can have a maximum of 1 auto increment column. After the list of the column, additionally, you can specify some table constraints such as unique, check, primary key, and foreign key. For example, if you want to set a column or a group of columns as the primary key, you can use the following syntax. Primary key, open the parenthesis, and specify the name of the columns. So suppose you are having a table with many columns, okay, you could specify either one or multiple columns as the primary key. So suppose you are having a column students. So students could have various columns like name, roll number, okay, year, and address, and so on. Okay, so you could specify the primary key is comprising of the name column and the roll number column. The combination of this will be the primary key. You can have a primary key based on a single column, or you could have it based on multiple columns. Let's look at some examples on how to create a table using MySQL. So, an example of creating a table is shown here. We are creating a new table called as task. Okay, the name of the table is going to be task. So we use this statement that I explained previously, the keywords create table. Okay, then this is the optional part, if not exists. So like I told you previously, if not exists, will check in the database whether such a table name exists. The name of the table we are calling as task. So if a task table already exists in the database, then a new table will not be created. But if this table is not existing, then it will create this new table and will add all the columns that are being specified inside this. So the columns are specified, like I told you, with the help of opening parenthesis, and once you finish specifying the columns and all the constraints, you close that parenthesis. Okay, so there are various columns that are specified. So let's go through them one by one. So the first column is the task ID column. The task ID is the auto increment column. So if you use the insert statement to insert a new row into the table without specifying a value for the task ID column, then MySQL will automatically generate a sequential integer for the task ID column starting from 1. Okay, task ID column is, the data type of it is int, which stands for integer. The second column is title. Title is a variable character string column. Okay, so the keyword for that is varchar. The maximum length of that column is 255. We have specified here that the maximum length can be 255. That means you cannot insert a string whose length is greater than 255 into this column. Then we have specified one constraint on that. Okay, we say we have specified a constraint, that is the not null constraint. So it means that this column, the title column, will not accept null values. Okay, that is, whenever you do an insert operation or an update operation on this table, you need to insert not non-null values into this column. Okay, if you insert null values, then the query will not work. Then you are having two more columns, start date and due date. Okay, these are both having the data type as date. Because we have not specified any not null constraint here for this third column and the fourth column, start date and due date. So it means that both this column accept null values. Okay, they can store null values. The start date column will have a default value of the current date. So in other words, if you don't provide a value for the start date column, when you insert a new row, the start date column will take the current date of the database server. Then the next two columns are the status column and the priority column. Okay. Again, they are of the data type tinyInt. Again, they are specified as constraint is specified as not null, so they do not accept null values. The next column is the description column. Okay, it is having the data type text. Again, text means it will accept null values. So status and priority will not accept null values. Okay, status and priority columns will not accept null values, but text column will accept null value. So just a correction, I think by mistake I must have said that status and priority accept null values. Just a correction, they do not accept null values. Then we are having the last column, which is created at column. So the data type is timestamp. Okay, and it accepts the current time as the default value. So we have specified here the default value as the current time. So the task ID column has been specified as the primary key of the table. It means that the values in the task ID column will uniquely identify the rows in this table task. So once you execute the create table, query, you can use the describe statement to view the structure of the table. So to view the structure of the table that you created, you can use the keyword describe and put the name of the table. The name of the table was task, so you can write describe task. Then the entire structure of your table will be shown to you. So like we discussed, task ID is of the type integer. Okay, maximum integer that can be stored is of the length 11. Title is a varchar type. Maximum length is 255. Start date and due data, both of the data type date. Status and priority of the data type tinyInt. Okay, that means only 4 integers or 4 length can be 4. Description is of the data type text, and created underscore at is of the data type timestamp. Then it also shows you in the structure whether the columns can contain null values or no null values. Okay, the task ID, for example, cannot contain null values, so it is written no. Okay, so if it is written yes, means the columns allow you to store null values. Okay, and the default, what is the default is shown here. The default is null. Also, among all these columns, which is the primary key? The primary key is task underscore ID. Okay, and also we have specified additional constraint on that of auto increment. So that is also shown here. So I hope you understood, students.